For this video, we're going to be discussing writing equations of lines. So using information, we can write an equation to model the data, and I should say the data for a given line. All right, and our goal is to get our equation in slope-intercept form. So we're going to do this differently based on the different information that we're given. So if we're given the slope and the y-intercept, then we're going to use the slope-intercept form because it's easy that way. If we're given the slope and a point, well, then we're going to use point-slope form. Once again, point, slope, use the information you're given. If we're given 2 points, we're going to also use point-slope form because it's easy to find the slope, and then we use that to put it into point-slope form. And then if we have a graph, we can use either one. So let's start, and we're just going to go ahead and do a bunch of examples on this. So example 1 says write an equation for a line through 0, 9 with a slope of 4/7. I don't know why it turned out as a comma. That should say 4, delete that. That should say 4/7 in slope-intercept form. So if we want to do this, well, we know that my m, my slope, is 4/7, and I have the y-intercept of 0, 9. Because I have the slope and the intercept, it makes sense for me to just start with y equals mx plus b, start right here in slope-intercept form already, and we're going to go ahead and use this information. We just plug in y equals 4/7 x plus 9. And that's it. That's all we have to do. This is the easiest case. So if we're given the intercept and the slope, then we can just put it right into slope-intercept form. Now, however, what if we look at example 2 here, where it says write the equation in slope-intercept for the line that passes through -3, 5 with a slope of 6, 5. If we look at this one, we know our m, we know our slope is 6/5, and we have a point, -3, 5, but that point is not the x, or is not the y-intercept. Now we could use this to figure out the y-intercept, but that would kind of be a pain. However, we have the point and the slope, so why don't we use point-slope form? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. We know this is x1, we know this is y1, we know this is m, we just plug this information in. Y minus 5 equals 6/5 times x minus -3. Now it says to put the equation in slope-intercept form, so that means I need to solve for y. So y equals, or y minus 5 equals 6/5 times minus a -3 is x plus 3. All right, well, that means y minus 5 equals 6/5 x plus, well, 6/5 times 3 is 18/5. All right, now I need to add 5 to both sides. I get y equals 6/5 x, 18/5 plus 5/5. Well, that's 18/5. 5 is the same thing as 25 divided by 5. So that's 18/5 plus 25/5. 18 plus 25 is 43. So this is plus 43/5. There we go. We have our equation in slope-intercept form. So if we want to write an equation in slope-intercept and we are given a point and the slope, the trick is just to put it in point-slope form first and then convert it into slope-intercept form. All right, example 3 says write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through -4, 3 and 7, 8. So in this case, I don't have the slope or the y-intercept, I just have 2 points. So the first step I'm going to have to do is to find the slope. So I know m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. In this case, I can say that's 8 minus negative 3 over 7 minus negative 4. 8 minus negative 3, that's 11. 7 minus negative 4, that's also 11. So 11 over 11 is 1. My slope is just 1. All right? So now that I know my slope, it's just 1, well, that makes it easy for me now. I've got 2 points I can use. And I'm actually going to show you this using both to see that you get the same answer. But I'm going to plug them in both into my slope, or my point slope form. I'm going to start with negative 4, 3. So I'm going to say y minus negative 4 equals my slope, which is 1, times x. Oops, I don't know why I put negative 4. That should be negative 3. X minus negative 4. That gives me y plus 3 equals x plus 4. Y equals, if I subtract 3 on both sides, x plus 1. On the other side, I'm going to do the same thing with 7, 8 now, and I'm going to show you that this will come out to the exact same thing. So I'm going to say y minus 8 equals 1 times x minus 7. That's y minus 8 equals x minus 7. Add 8 on both sides. I get y equals x plus 1. So you can see that it doesn't matter which point I put in, I still get the same answer when I come out to slope-intercept form. So the slope-intercept form of this line is simply y equals x plus 1. So I found the slope, I plugged my information into the point-slope form, and then I worked it out to slope-intercept form. Finally, let's talk about if I have a graph. So if I have a graph, I can do this in 2 ways. I can either start with point-slope and work it out to slope-intercept, or if I see the intercept, which I do, I can just plug it right into slope-intercept form, or I can figure out the slope and plug it into slope-intercept form. So I know if I say that this is y equals mx plus b, I just found the y-intercept. That's at 0, negative 3. So I know this is going to be y equals mx minus 3, because that's my y-intercept. Now I need to figure out m. So to figure out m, I need to find another point on this line. Well, here's one. 1, negative 1. So now I need to figure out my slope. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's going to be negative 1 minus negative 3 divided by 0 minus negative 1. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2 over 1, which is 2. So I know that my slope is 2. I know my y-intercept is negative 3. So my equation is y equals 2x minus 3. That's all we have to do. All right, so I'm going to leave you with tonight's try it problem, which is to write the equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through 2, 7 and 5, 16.